haven't a clue what's going on here, but I'll act like I do.
Wait a minute.
Go, Ninetales!
Our favorite Jinchuriki is here. The Naruto fans know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we got the live stream 2 nights ago at the time I'm posting this video. So for you, maybe it could be 2 nights, it could be 7 days, it could be in 2050. Don't know why you'd be watching it then, but still. My point is, HUOHUO is coming out soon. And a lot of people are looking over and a lot of people are skipping her because it's just an abundance character, you know, a little bit of wind element, and they want to pull for Argenty for some reason. As much as I don't like Argenty, I will be making a video on his kit and breaking it down and analyzing it, so if you're excited for that, leave a like. But I kind of want to explain to people who need an extra healer that she's not just a healer, she is in a sense. She is pseudo-harmony, and I'll explain why later in the video, but to begin, we will just go through her basic attack, then we'll go down to the skill, ultimate, yada yada yada, and I will explain to you why you probably should pull for a HUOHUO if you're set with DPSs and you're set with debuffers, buffers. You're kind of content for the next few patches. Definitely wouldn't hurt to grab yourself a HUOHUO. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. HUOHUO's basic attack, Banner Stormcooler, deals wind damage as you expect. It's a basic attack, single target. It's what every basic attack in the game does. But let's move on to her skill. The skill is Talisman Protection, and it restores HP to a single ally and adjacent teammates. The way they have worded it with the adjacent teammates thing reminds me a lot of, say, Kafka's skill and Serval's skill. It hits the main person and then 2 subsidiaries on the sides. So I'm assuming the main person gets the bulk of the heal and the other 2 get almost like drip healing, like splash healing. Not to the 100%, probably to like 80, 70, dependent on traces, dependent on eidolons. Yeah, know what I mean. But still, AoE healing is pretty good. And it also ties in really well with the ultimate, which I'm about to get into. And her ultimate is called Tail Spiritual Domination. Regens energy and increases attack. So you see what I mean when she's not really abundance. There's no healing in the ultimate. It is a skill which does the healing, and the ultimate is just an outright buff. Gives energy spam, and it also gives attack buffs. I'll explain what team comps and stuff like that would be really good for her after I get through the talent and her technique, which won't take too long, because you can actually really do a lot with that. And depending on the percentages of this, you could probably still use it as a solo sustain. And if you're wondering why, I'm going to get into that in a minute, because it's not just her skill which does the healing. There is a little bit more of a technique and a little bit more to it than that. So her talent is called Possessed Ethereal Metaflow, and it gains a sacrifice life buff after the skill is used, grants HP restoration to allies at the beginning of their turn, and grants HP restoration when allies use ultimate. So you're starting to see how you can probably solo sustain, because at the start of their turn, when it's them on the screen and you're using them to control, they just get a heal. They just get one. It's just there. It's preloaded on them from when their skill is used to do the heal. And that's not only it. It also applies a heal when allies use their ultimate. So see what I mean? So you have the energy regen from the ultimate. You got the healing from the skill, which will then trigger the talent, which is Possessed Ethereal Metaflow, which will then heal your allies at the start of their turns. And if they have ultimate stack, they get further healing. So providing you can time your skill points to always have one on HUOHUO or one every second turn on HUOHUO, she's gonna be very solid. I think a lot of people are seeing the ultimate as a negative because it doesn't outright heal and go, okay, this is a really bad filler character, I'ma skip it. You don't do that. Only do that if you don't need the character. If you already got like a Luocha and a Lynx and pretty much any other healer in the game and you're happy with them, you don't want to try versatility, you don't want to try like triple buffer comps like hypercarry builds, because this is, with all intents and purposes, a buff character. Having her stacked with a Tingyun, stacked with a Bronya, and then your hyper carry of choice, there's a lot of potential here. There really is. But let's get into the technique and then we can, you know, talk a little bit more about the rest of her and what we could do for team comps, where it'd be really applicable, where it probably fails, because look, as much as I love HUOHUO, and I will be getting HUOHUO, I'm not going to deny that she isn't usable for everybody. No character really is. But her technique is Fiend Impreachment of Evil, and it scares enemies into running away. Like, as you can see in the footage I'm showing you, they have like a little ghost face and they're dipping, they're out, they're gone. They also have a chance to receive a debuff stack called Horror Struck, where their attack is reduced by 25%. So it can make them hit a lot weaker. Kind of give them pillow fists, if you know what I mean. And again, like, a technique's a technique. There's not really any techniques in the game that are really game breaking, but it is kind of a cool addition if you just don't want to deal with an area. You just smack the technique on, and you just go straight on through. You just chill. You go do your own thing. You collect the chests. You know, it's a new area. Get all the collectibles. But yes, that is all of her kit. That is the entirety of it. What I want to talk about now is where it's applicable, who it is good on, who it isn't good on, all that kind of stuff. Like, as you expect, with the ultimate doing energy regen and increased attack, really good for DOT teams. For dot teams, you're chilling, dude. You're like Kafka users, Silverwolf users, Gwenathan users, pretty much anyone who uses Nihility and DOT in the game, they're going to really get a good buff from using their HUOHUO. And characters who do thrive off high energy regen, this is the character for them because they are always getting a heal off because they are always stacking their ultimate. If you're wondering who, like, I think a great example probably would be like a Jingyu of energy regen, or those people who are insane like me and also build like a Nuke Juan with energy regen rope, and she has her ultimate every 2 turns. So yeah, those are just 2 characters I can explain. I have used a lot at the moment, not really thinking of too many others. I'm sure you get the point. If I say DOT characters, you've got some in mind that you may be using or you want to bring back into your team or you want to make team comps around. I don't need to fill in the blanks for you there. And yeah, Jingliu havers are really chilling with a character like this. Not to mention because Jingliu also has skill spam like you would not believe. Having that attack buff just makes it hit that much harder. But for example, someone who HUOHUO would not synergize with is probably a Blade, because Blade wants to keep his HP low. That is how he gets his damage out. I'm sure as you Blade users know, that's kind of how it works. And with the constant healing of HUOHUO, because keep in mind, it is, as I said, it's splash healing, it hits everybody. You're always topping him up, which I could see as a bad thing. So maybe single target healing is probably what's for you in this situation. Again, I'm not a Blade user, I'm just going off what I see and what people tell me. My boy is in the Discord trying to hook me up in this. By the way, if you are new, like the video. Subscribe if you enjoy my insane content. Insane as in I am not okay. Join the Discord as well. It's the greatest Discord in all the gacha. It's in the description. I put a link in there. Just click it. Honkai, Genshin, you name it. I'm going on a tangent. I just wanted to plug it real quick. But I wouldn't use it with someone like a Blade. I could really see it flourishing with Kafka comps. Oh, and don't even get me started. You're playing Sim Universe, you're struggling on Swarm Disaster. The attack buff mixed in with Nihility Path. Oh, nah, you clear at 5-star. You clear Swarm difficulty 5 with your eyes closed at that point. Because those stacks are just going to make it unfathomable. Like, ludicrously good. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of HUOHUO. I'm pulling for her no matter what. Because she's kind of like a Naruto Jinchuriki, you know what I mean? Because she's got like the whole spirit like sealed inside, that kind of thing. I think that stuff's kind of cool. And I always pull for aesthetic or who I think has a cool background or outright just cool design as opposed to the meta picks. Cannot wait to skip Argent too. That was a joke, don't get mad at me. Or two. But yeah, that's pretty much been the video. If this did help you in any way, shape, or form, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting if you're gonna pull for HUOHUO, or if you're skipping her, or if I have somehow changed your mind. We always like to see more HUOHUO havers, so welcome in if I have. And yeah, I don't want to take any more time up out of your day. I'll make an Argentine kit video for tomorrow, as long as a reverse video, because there's new events coming out reverse. I'd like to clear those up as what happens in them. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.